I'm embarrassed to say this, but I was actually an atheist before I gave my life over to Christ. I grew up Christian, but I was like, everyone around me believes in something different, and everybody swears that their own religion or their own way is the truth. And so I was like, these people are delusional. It doesn't make sense. Everyone is believing in something different. So what makes me so sure that I'm right as a Christian? So I started to study Islam, Christianity, Buddhism. I even went down a rabbit hole in philosophy. But then everything changed for me when I paid attention and realized how different Jesus really was. From all I read and all I've studied, all of these religions have really good parts in them. But something stood out about Jesus. You see here, everybody that believes in God can all agree that there is a creator. We can also agree that the creator is all powerful, but most importantly, all pure. The definition of purity is uncorrupted, undefiled, untouched. So even when I was an atheist studying all these religions, I knew what separates me from purity. I knew what felt wrong to do. So when I read about all of this and all the prophets, there's one thing that stood out and one question that I had. Why was Jesus the only one in history that was undefiled and uncorrupted? And so I realized everything I was reading, even the good parts, still fed the flesh in some way. They still were built on self-glorification. It was always a repeated cycle of what the human being can get. And then I sat down with some people and I did more research and I asked them, why was Jesus very pure and everyone else was corrupted? They told me, well, Jesus was a really good human being and he was God's chosen. But that still never made any sense to me. Why did no other religious founder or philosopher or atheist compare to how Jesus lived? And then I asked myself, if I had to choose one religious figure in all of history to babysit my daughter or my son, who would I choose? The answer was clear, the undefiled, pure, uncorrupted virgin of creation. And then the rest is history. I gave my life over to Christ because there's nothing else that I read or seen compare to how pure he was. He wasn't just a pure man, he is the definition of purity itself.